meeting to order and get started. Can we call the roll, please?
Mike Bell.
Here.
Bill Britton.
Here.
Tony Cox.
Here.
Bob Garrett.
Here.
John Hofer. Keith Jackson.
Here.
Louis Jarvis.
Here.
Matt Lacy.
Here.
Tom Rush. Here. Dan Winter.
Here. Yeah, John indicated he was gonna miss this meeting, so appreciate everybody coming. First item on the agenda is public comment. Anybody got anything they'd like to share with the board? Morning, Glenn. I'm glad to see you pointing the camera this way, you know. That's fine.
You just love it, don't you, Mr.
Yeah, I
Cox?
did. Nobody pays attention to me till I come over here. So.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that.
All right. Next item is the minutes. Get the minutes in the package. What's your thoughts?
Make a motion.
Got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minute stand is approved. Amy, let's talk about money.
Okay, you should have received your financial statements for January. Pretty quiet month financially. You will see the net income for the month. If I can get the paper done. Just under 96,000 for the year. We're at 186. Of course, that does include capital expenditures of 391,000. So once we capitalize those, then we would have net income of 577,000. So moving in the right direction. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer.
Tom, on the WIP and the one across the street, the CD, I guess it is. We set aside $3.5 million, right? That doesn't affect that agreement to put that money aside, moving it out over there.
Still,
Okay, it is, it does not.
no, correct.
What about the earnings?
Though you'll see on the income statement, the interest earned capital, year-to-date's 26,000.
Yes.
That's the earnings on those funds.
Okay.
We are tracking those separately.
What about is that marked for part of the closure?
If it's in the capital account, it should be, the earnings should be going to the capital.
There's nothing that we can do to take it out, is my question.
That's my understanding.
Okay, your understanding. I think we need to probably have something that says that, because we put it in there to help grow it, to close, when we close, if we close. But I think that's something, I mean, that'd be easy, you know, run away from.
The interest, is it coming out of the account or is it capitalized to that account?
There was the very first payment of the interest on the CD at Commercial Bank did come out. The rest is capitalizing. Of course, LGIP is capitalizing as well.
Can we not put that in? Or let me ask you that, can we just make it, do you have to do an increment, an additional deposit into the LGIP by a minimum number? Can you put 50 cents?
I don't know what the minimum is.
Okay. But I just think, you know, purpose in doing this was for that, not to,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
the
know.
helicopter.
I don't know if we've addressed that specifically, but it would be my understanding that the capital, the earnings on the capital fund should go towards.
Let's change something to make it not understandings, but a fact. Some way, I mean, we don't have to do it today, please.
I agree with that.
If everybody's good with that.
Okay. Anything else, Amy?
The only other thing, and it's kind of in line with what I was talking about, of course, the increase in the tipping fee, the $3 per ton, and we're tracking that separately as well. Through December, that was just over 109,000, and so we're prepared to make that transfer to the capital account at LGIP.
What's it name?
LGIP.
Net?
The net is 2.32.
Pretty good for a day, isn't it?
It's,
Okay. Any questions of Amy? Tom, we've talked about investments. Anything else you wanna add about what we got coming up?
We haven't made any changes. The final CD at the brokerage account will mature in April, and then we won't have anything in the brokerage account. So, other than transferring the capital funds, that's the only actions we take.
Okay. All right, so that sounds like we're on good track. Dan, talk to us about your report.
We've had 2 inspections, last month's inspection and this month's inspection since our last board meeting. Both inspections went very well, considering the amount of rainfall we've had, tickled to death that we have not been written up for anything. But, open to any questions if anybody has any.
A lot of water out there, and like you said, if we hadn't floated away, it's pretty good shape. Anyone got anything for Dan? If not, Mr. Bostic, looks like you're up.
So in February, we advertised the leachate project in late January. We had a pre-bid meeting on site on February 5th. We made that mandatory, so anybody that's gonna bid on the project would have to show up and see what they were bidding on. We opened bids yesterday, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bids, which is really good. The low being East Tennessee Turf and Landscape at $315,950, and the high being SCS Engineering, which is a construction company out of Virginia, at $738,700. So quite a range there. I reviewed all the bids. We went through all the math to make sure everything was good there. Looked through the qualification statements that we required the contractors or the bidders to submit. And based on our review of all that, I'm recommending that we award that to East Tennessee Turf and Landscape at $315,950. Any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
It's good to have a local contractor get it.
I talked to the contractor for probably an hour yesterday, and basically just kind of questioning him on his bid and what his thoughts were as far as building the job, and he's comfortable with his bid, and based on what I gathered from him and talking to him, he's got everything included in it and has got a plan. So
Well, I'm glad that he was pretty low.
yep,
Helps us out.
it does.
Yeah.
And I was telling Keith earlier, anymore when we bid a job, we're seeing between the low and the high, we're seeing anywhere from 20 to 200% difference in those. So I don't have a clue how that, a lot of contractors are really busy, but they want to submit a bid, I guess, just on the outside chance they might get the job. And then you'll have one that wants the job, and he's usually the one that's gonna be low.
Well, it shows one thing, if some of them get real lucky, they're gonna make a lot of money.
Exactly. So I assume you'll need a vote on that.
Yeah.
If there's no question.
Well,
Is this bonded?
Yeah, there's performance, payment bonds, bid bonds, we require it to be bonded.
Change orders come through what?
I would assume that any change orders would come through this board.
Is that, are we gonna say that? Or we
Yes,
assuming
yes, that's-
They'll be through here.
change order would have to be approved by the board.
That would be my recommendation.
Whoever writes the check, who's the change order?
Sounds reasonable.
Did that?
No, that's incorrect. Whoever approves the expenditures of the money
Yeah.
does a change order.
Same thing.
No, it's not. There's a hell of a lot different.
Well,
I'll make you happy and say you were right.
I don't need to be right. All I know is we're giving them the,
I wouldn't do it any other way.
Oh, that's not
Any change order.
yeah, I would see as a change to the contract has to be approved by the board.
Yeah.
All right, and there was, when we went out to bid, there was still some uncertainties about the project, and what they're gonna find once they got on there. That's part of the reason there's a big variance in the bids.
Yeah.
All right, we got a recommendation for award to East Tennessee Turf.
I'll make the motion that we reward it to him.
I got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any other questions or comments? Since it's a big number, let's call the roll.
Mike Bell,
Yes.
Bob Garrett.
Yes.
John Hopper, Keith Jackson,
Yes.
Louis Jarvis,
Yes.
Matt Lacy,
Yes.
Tom Rush.
Yes.
Let's call the boys and get them scheduled to work.
You have a notice of award there, I need to get signed, and we'll prepare the contracts, get them out to the contractor. He'll have to insert his bonds and his insurance certificate, get all the other contract documents filled out, and then we'll have a pre-construction conference as soon as we can and get him moving.
So when do you think construction will actually begin?
No later than 30 days.
Okay.
If that. Because again, we talked about it yesterday, there's not a lot of materials to order here that have long lead times, and usually that's, if there's a lot of mechanical equipment and stuff, that drags things out, but most of what we've got here, almost all of it's pretty readily available, so. Item 2 there, we completed the off-site gas monitoring in accordance with the action plan, the 3 homes over there. All the concentrations, again, came back at 0, and we're projecting that will end once this line gets put in. That's gonna cut that gas movement off and vent it on site where it should be. Expansion permitting, we're working on estimates, and Bill, I apologize, I am still waiting on, the budgetary costs for those liners, but I got them this morning right before I walked out the door. So what we're doing, Bill has asked just to kind of give an idea of the phasing and the cost per phase, how long that each phase of cell construction is gonna last, which I was, I would be doing that anyway. But, so I'll be getting that to you fairly quickly. And then we're moving on with the design of the landfill. As far as the closure, I've got a meeting with TDEC the first week of March. Hopefully I can get their, last comments at that meeting, and then I put July projected bidding, but I'm thinking it's gonna be a month or 2 before that. Let's see, I think the comments I'm gonna get this meeting are coming out of Nashville, which is their peer review process. So once we get those, typically it moves pretty quickly, as long as there's nothing unreasonable in those. Other than that, if anybody got any questions?
If we're gonna open up another cell, wouldn't it make sense to close at the same, could you not transfer dirt from?
Well,
A
the
to B?
closure is in phases. We're not gonna close the
Right.
entire landfill, so you'll do this first closure, you'll continue working, putting waste where you are, and then you'll have to move and have that other cell ready when you finish working in this one, and then, by this one, I mean the existing site, and then you'll be closing it. You're gonna have a closure coming pretty regular behind each other here, fairly soon.
But you're saying, take the dirt from the new cell to close the old.
Right. There'll be some there we can use. Now, the thing is, it has to be compactable to reach that 2 times 10 to the -7 density, and that's dense. So some of the soils in there, based on the geotech, we can use. Some of them we're not gonna be able to, we'll have to borrow.
I think we need to make a note that we say what we can use for that.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. It's not gonna leave that site.
Trucked off, trucked back.
No, we're not trucking it. They won't get anything trucked off the site. Best thing we can do is just move it from one spot to the other. And during the closure, we're gonna, whoever gets that bid will actually be doing some excavation for your new cell. We won't tell TDEC that yet.
Any other questions, comments for Steve? Unfinished business, Bill, we're supposed to learn this month about the grant application you gave me.
There's been some follow-up questions to the development district. They feel good about it, but no official word.
But I am remember, this is the month.
This is the month.
Okay. All right, Dan, let's talk about asbestos.
Over the past 2 years, we've had increasing inquiries about accepting asbestos, tribal asbestos. Most recently, there was, I guess, we're on a road expansion up through 11, or for 11, a couple of the county houses are being destroyed, has some asbestos in it, and some of the city contracts, I believe, for demolition for houses. I would like to request that the board would allow me to put together some sort of policy and training to present to the board as possibly accepting this in the future. TDEC has expressed that it'd be minimal. Just a letter basically would allow us to accept it, plus the training and stuff involved in the policies. But I'd love for the board to allow me to put together something to present to you possibly next month about the possibility of accepting tribal asbestos.
We do have some needs, but there are some special requirements for the kind of waste that you need to go through. Training, you have to mark it, you have to monitor it in special ways.
Record keeping and so forth.
So are y'all willing to undergo that for the volume we're talking about? It's not a lot, but we gotta take it somewhere. Anybody got a problem with it?
I do.
You do?
I sure do.
Okay.
Because y'all don't monitor too well out there where I lived. If you did, my wells and springs wouldn't have been contaminated.
Okay, and if you would, please draw us up something, let's look at it next month if you can. All right. Anything else that ought to come before the board? If not, we'll call it adjourned, head on up the road and take care of business. Thanks, folks.
Down the road. The blue line.
Hey, Dan, you plan on before you do this?
Be a lawsuit threatening you.
I reached out to 40
Fair. Fair. Fight off all these leaks and roofs and flooding everywhere.
The training, the annual fit testing, annual fit.
Oh, Bill, yes. Calm, Bill is working.
Really don't. The main thing is just to make sure that they have a lab.
12 years ago, and we had a deal done, this is on Friday. Agreed to a price, I'll be back on Monday.
I think the last.